On the morning of day 3, we awoke to an amazingly clear day. We ate breakfast, broke camp, and loaded our gear in the kayaks for an adventurous day of paddling. We eased our way across the South Manitou Bay to the ranger station, where we enjoyed the comforts of a real toilet and running water. We would not see either again over the next few days. We continued paddling a short distance to the South Manitou Lighthouse. We hit shore and had a guided tour of the lighthouse, which included climbing the 117 steps of the circular staircase to the light station, 104 feet above the ground. At the top, we enjoyed a beautiful view of the Manitou Passage and the island as we walked around the light on an outdoor observation deck. This is the third lighthouse built on South Manitou Island. Construction of the first began in 1839. The 1.5-story lighthouse with a lens in the cupola was completely rebuilt in 1858. Over time, this second light was found to be deficient, and the current lighthouse was built in 1872. The lighthouse was decommissioned in 1958 and is no longer operational as a navigational beacon. However, the light was reactivated in May of 2009 and is lit each summer from May to November. It was time to jump in the kayaks and paddle around the island to the wreck of the Francisco Morazan. As you get closer to the shipwreck, it becomes obvious that Francisco Morazan is now home to hundreds of cormorants and gulls. You can tell not just by the presence of the birds themselves, but from the disgusting smell. Since the shore was not downwind from the wreckage, we decided to paddle to the beach, grab some lunch, and replenish our water. After our lunch break, we launched from the beach to continue our clockwise path around South Manitou. Much to my surprise, while I was leaving the beach, the surf hit my kayak at a most unfortunate angle. I rolled, wet exited, and walked to the shore to launch again. Rolling in a kayak happens, but in this roll, I lost my Nalgene bottle and, more tragically, my marine radio. The radio was not only important for emergency communications, but we were also using it to keep up with weather reports. In a few days, Mother Nature would teach us a lesson about what a big loss it was. As we made our way around the northwest corner of South Manitou, the island does not have any significant landmarks for us to track our progress until we could finally see North Manitou in the distance. We stopped for a short break before continuing on to Popple Campground. The campground is marked by a 4x4 with the top painted blue. After a full day of paddling and exploring, we came into shore and carried our gear to the campsite. We still had hours of daylight left before night fell, so we replenished our drinking water, washed our clothes, cleaned up, and started cooking dinner. We also used the sporadic cell phone signal to text our families and check in. We were exhausted from such an amazing day of paddling and needed our rest for tomorrow, when we would make the 4.5-mile passage from South to North Manitou Island.